Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Frontline. Welcome back to the FPL. Welcome back to In the Trenches. That's that's two normal intros I've done for that in a row. I don't know what's going on. Something's weird. BeerMeJesus is here with me. This is Scott. It is WrestleMania time. It has come and gone. I'll just ask, like, in general, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. It's nice to have a little bit of a break, but we're gearing back up towards more pay-per-views.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's all right.
We skipped a Frontline last week for one. The WrestleMania results weren't up until the end of the week. Just timing. A lot of stuff happened. It's a lot of stuff. But it's all good with FPL. It's just a matter of this, life got in the way. And here we are. We got the results up. It's Monday. We're recording this. Raw's on right now. It's usually how we go. But if you're wondering what the heck this is, because I haven't said it yet, it's Frontline Prediction League, Frontline League on Twitter. This YouTube channel as well. You can subscribe, like, and all that fun stuff. And you can join to be part of our Wrestling Prediction League. And you might be on the show. And, well, I know we didn't have that great of a time at WrestleMania, Beer Me, and that's kind of sucky because we've usually been really good at WrestleManias.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough, but from a weird personal standpoint, as someone involved in the creative part, I love seeing others succeed. It's a weird thing where it's like, man, I didn't do good, but look at this, look at these guys. So it's a weird thing, but I would also too like to succeed. But we'll get to that. And like Beer Me said, there's another pay-per-view coming up. We don't just cover the wrestling from WWE. We've got Impact this weekend, and that's a house show. So, important thing to clarify, and I'll get it out of the way right away. House shows are skippable, generally. It's not going to count against you in any kind of records or anything like that as far as like actual standings like a WWE show would be, but AEW, ROH, and Impact are house shows, so they don't really count towards that. But it's a spot you could do story beats, and it's also something where you could just get out there and still get wins and get momentum, even though it doesn't count. It does. It's kind of a hard thing to explain in that sense. Like, why would you want to miss anything is kind of what I'm getting at. But if you don't follow Impact, you don't have to show up and take a loss just because. I know some of the guys internationally, they can't even watch Ring of Honor, really. So they're kind of screwed, right? So it's that's the fairness to that. So with WrestleMania, it was the culmination of a lot of stories, culmination of a lot of things we had going, Bear Me. Stuff to sort of the Rumble in January, end of January, but with the Rumble through the Chamber, with Fastlane, and then you got Ring of Honor and Revolution, Redemption, Retribution, whatever the one AEW had. They're all blended together when they use that name, and I hate it. But those all led to this with WrestleMania and takeovers as well. The ones we covered, that is. But with this, it's awesome. I just want to say, like I ended the last Frontline, how proud I was of everything we've gotten to this point from everybody. And I can't say enough good things now that we're through WrestleMania. It's surreal in a way to think of where things were a few months ago, and then a few weeks ago, and then now today. So awesome job by everybody. I will, of course, list everybody else first. Bear Me for helping out with this stuff here. CT, GMSG, and Red in the creative side of things. And yes, I'm part of that too. But of course, everybody in the Discord and all the guys doing the character chat there. And even if you don't do the character chat there, just by being part of it, it's all awesome. It all helps. It all makes this something that we're having fun with. So it makes it better if you happen to lose like I did, is what I'm trying to get at. But awesome job by everybody. It's awesome stuff. And I'll just say right out of the gate, come over to our Discord. Description is down below. You can click on this link with the WrestleMania results, and you can see that there's Pain defeated Ash, and who are these people? You go in there, you can get the profiles. It's all in there. But you can also read the write-up, because I'm not going to go through the full detail of everything that happened. Beer and I are going to cover the story beats, but we're going to try to cover that one and then go into Impact for basically announcing the whole main card and some kickoff matches. So, Beer Me, I think I'm ready to dive into WrestleMania. How about you?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see what we got here first. Well, the main event was the qualifier for the World Championship tournament Eliminator, whatever you want to call it. There was the winner of the Rumble versus the winner of the Chamber. And the winner of this would advance to SummerSlam, guaranteed to be in the world title match. The other half of that match, still to come. We're getting there. Don't worry. So keep showing up. But this had Payne winning, like you said, the one that mattered. Mm-hmm. And it was close. It was 3 points. But Payne won. I am thrilled for that. I'm really happy because we were big on Payne. We wanted to see that build up. I love Ash being the one there. But this story makes me so happy in that it's the guy who hadn't been to this point yet, but is on the trajectory, winning over someone who had. That just is another level that I really, really liked. What about you?
I really like it too. I was rooting for Payne. Yeah, since he's one of the JRPL guys. I mean, I guess a lot of people were, but he was one of those guys that was on a roll, and he's kind of been hit or miss here, but like you said, he just wins the ones that count, and that's really all that matters. And he did it, so congrats to him. Now
that said, I'm not against Ash. It's not that. I would have loved it if Ash won too, because it's like, the veteran proved he knew what he was doing. He was in there, and it's like you get that story either way, right? But now his story's really good. It's like, he lost it. Oh man, now what's next for Ash? Immediately, it's an interesting situation to see where the veteran goes, right? So. I'm very happy with that outcome. I'm looking forward to seeing it, and for Payne to lose all the matches up to that point and then win at SummerSlam. That's how it's going to go, right? Like that seems to be it. But that's our main event, but not for a title. But we do have two champions. We've declared two champions, BeerMe. The first one was the American title. We'll come to that as we work down a card. But the FPL Canadian Championship was won by Ralintendo defeating Cam.
By a point.
Now, I'm thrilled by this. I've actually told Ralintendo as well. I love that he won it because it all came from, like we said, him simply saying, I'm tired of the old guard. I don't want them to be based on their history. I don't want to face people that have to whatever. Like, give me a shot. I deserve it. And he got one opportunity from that, won it, made the most of things from there, and snowballed into this, and now he's holding the Maple Leaf Gold. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's the coolest thing for that.
Another guy was holding some Maple Leaf Gold at the end of that match too, but
we'll talk about that. I'll turn it to you in a second with that one. But again, not hating on Cam. I know Cam for years now. Cam's awesome. So it's interesting, like how close it was. It's clearly not his last chance at that gold, right? That's all I've got to look at that one. Now I will say here with some character stuff. In some cases, I'll do stuff, and we'll write stuff going like hopefully it's good. Sometimes it's not. There's some things here and there that didn't quite hit right, and I'll just leave it at that. If you have ideas or stuff, let us know. If you don't like what we've done, let us know. Because we don't want to continue down a path you don't want with your character. It's your character. So I'll just leave it at that. There's some stuff here, just miscommunications on my part. So we want to make sure things are what you want out of it. So don't sit there going, man, I hated the fact that I kicked out after or whatever it might be, or like with the JD and Costner match next. I don't like that we bumped into some, just let us know and we can work on that. I'll be that guy to say I can't guarantee whatever you want to have happen because it doesn't always work that way. But I don't want to say no outright. I always try to find a way and make it work, or at least make sense of it where it does. Like, what about this? What about that? We'll try to compromise it. So that's the goal there. Now, that said, we were absolutely, after randomly talking about it, BeerMe, where CT loved the idea. He's like, it's a good idea. Having you come out with the Canadian belt that I created back in the JRPL, having you come out and confront whomever won. That was the idea. And that happened, BeerMe. It's like, oh, you got one too. Yeah.
Right.
So
it looks perfectly for Avatar wise, it's
well, yeah.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
Now, if it was with Cam, there'd be some history there regarding just the legacy of the championship and whatnot. But also with Ralintendo, his whole thing is not wanting to have to face the demons of the past. Kind of like EC3 with the TNA title. It's like, get this out of my face. Don't. But here you are walking in with a physical object of Pryor, right? It's like, oh man, that's awesome. So I'll be honest, Beer Me, I'm gonna tell you right now, I kind of want Ralentendo to win to keep that going, to keep proving himself. But I mean, I can't not root for you. You got my belt. It's my belt.
That's
I
true.
made that belt. I want it back. But how do you feel about this? Making yourself known toward the Canadian title with the one that you had, the one that you unified with the world title, was never really official. But when you won the world title, it kind of went away. So
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm interested to see where it goes,
Mhm.
win or lose, because like I said, I'm kind of on that CT slide right now, so I got to figure things out. But
yep. Now an
we'll
interesting thing here is it wouldn't be a ladder match because we don't really do stipulations with the Canadian title, as mentioned last time. So it's just going to be a match. We'll see what happens there. We'll see when that happens as well. Like it's
Right.
no guarantee. I mean, the obvious kind of idea is everything will probably be defended at SummerSlam. But that's August, so there's some main shows in between, and like I mentioned with the house shows, we don't do defenses there. So we're looking at stuff like, I mean, we're going to talk about Backlash soon. You're probably safe there, but we'll come up with some stuff in the near future and let everybody know to make sure. Now I mentioned the no holds barred match, Josh Dionio versus James Costner, -10 to -49. I do believe we have the squash achievement, so that counts in that. It's 25-point difference. But that was a ridiculous, awesome brawl, like it should have been, right?
Yeah.
Like that was worth the wait, I think. And JD won, and that's like if Ash had won. It's like, man, who can stop this guy?
Right.
So
Exactly.
what do you think on this one? I mean, James Costner, he does not suck, but he lost, right? So
He did. Yeah. I mean, I picked James Costner to get the win, but the old guard, as they say, JD, he pulled through, man. He really did. And -10 in a death match. I mean, yeah, it's negative, but it's actually not really that bad considering how many matches were on this card. So gotta tip my cap.
Death matches are what, negative double, I think it is, or there's negative versions. You don't just lose points, you like lose points on top. So yeah, -10's pretty damn good. Now speaking of points, speaking of stuff here, War Games. Simple Creatures, Mod Step Chappers, and JJ Rocky defeated the new guys, as we call it, like the not the rookies, but the newcomers trying to dominate OVS. Angela Grace C. It's spelled wrong there. CT will probably see this and fix it. Casey Warden and Roman Pierce defeating FBU as well. Bastion, BeerMeJesus, that's you, and the GMSG. It was 94 to 84 to 56. Bear Me, what happened?
Drew McIntyre and the Fiend.
The opening of both nights. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like I've said in the chat. It's always that first match of the night that just gets us. When we lose, it's always the first match.
It really is. I've noticed that. That happened to CT. I did it on this show now. It happens to GMSG a lot, and it's even happened to him on like the kickoff, where like the pay-per-view hasn't even started yet, and he's already lost. Like calculated.
Oh.
Now you've
Matt
had a
Riddle
history.
Too. Matt Riddle guys.
Riddle, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you've had a history that was like, oh man, I've lost, and turns out you won by 3. Like that, you've done that, but normally not in the team situation. I notice.
No.
It's GMSG's luck that has that.
Right. Yeah. Man, it sucks. We're pretty confident going into like we thought we had it down, but WWE just did the old swerve. It happens.
Yeah, I mean both of those I didn't think they'd. I bet on. I did bet on Riddle and the Fiend and McIntyre as well, so I lost points on all those. So yeah. What did you think of your first FPL, the first ever FPL War Games?
It was good, pure carnage. That's what it was. It was just straight insanity, and I like that. I always like the ones that go really fast paced, kind of too. I like that.
I mean, that's part of that was me starting to do your write up. That's why I always had to get yours, because it was like BeerMeJesus 7-minute match nonstop, go. Right, and that's like the main event was mine on this one. I had my match, of course. This was actually Red. Red wrote this one, and
it was pretty good.
full disclosure, Red, hoping that don't mind me outing here, but Red was nervous because Red's not really written one like that. So it turned out good, I think. I quite like it. It's So that's good praise from you as well. That's awesome. So good.
Yeah.
And congrats to the creatures. Shouldn't bet against them, huh?
Yeah, congrats to the homies.
They kind of came in last into this whole, like, not advantage-wise, but it was FBU and OVS. Then the creatures got involved kind of through both parties and won. So it's like they're staking their claim. They're kind of picking up where they left off before and fighting back the new blood, which, again, I like that a lot. I like a lot of what happened here. But I would have liked it if you guys won. It was like, the good guys took it. But then again, if OVS won, who can stop them? So it really does work on all levels, I think. So. Now on to the Stars and Stripes title, as it were. A ladder match where Alexander McKennedy defeated the Midnight Rider by a point.
Oh, man.
Now this one, it's a ladder match. It was 5. And it went to the 5th because they both had the same 5 in a row. So it ended when they got to 5 because they both did. And it went based on points at that point, which was 38 to 37. If it continued on, who knows what it would have been. But when you get there, that stops and that's it. So McKennedy won it just barely and took it. And again, I'm happy for him, but
I am too.
I was hoping
the Rider would take it.
I wanted Lee. The Lee, he was in a draw and then lost by a point. He's so close.
He's so close. Yeah.
That is heartbreaking twice over to me. It is definitely not the last he's seen of that chance at the title. But does he get another shot right away? Generally not. It's not how we operate. We're looking at who the next appropriate contender is. You look at things like the eye for an eye death match, the no holds barred. You look at that kind of stuff, and those are the people who are involved. And I just suddenly realized that, like, McKennedy and JD down the line, he was UV champ. He was the last one in JRPL. He'd be a good fit to go after McKennedy. Good stuff. And McKennedy and JD, that'd be a brutal one. But then, I'm going to spoil it. Kier 1's down there, and so is Broken Nerd.
Yeah.
So we've got some good contendership possibilities here, I think. But I'm heartbroken. McKennedy, I love you, but you're not the Rider. So I'm sorry. I'll always be disappointed. If that was Red or me or Lee, I'm not happy about it. Anybody else?
Right.
Hey, go McKennedy. I mean, if it was you, I'd be like, I wish BeerMe won. But if it was if it was Kier 1, McKennedy won. Yeah, I don't know. McKennedy's one of our guys. We like him a lot here on the Frontline Trenches. What show is this? Where are we? What year is it?
Right.
Oh. But speaking of losses, BeerMe, I lost. I lost to Matt Zion.
Oh, man. This might have been the shocker of the night, like, to me, because, like,
you want to
know? Just throwing that out there.
You want to know how bad this is on how many levels? I never lost at WrestleMania. I was 3-0, so that's happened. I've lost at WrestleMania, and I'm 0-1 here. But also, when you do your confidence picks and your points, so say you think that Asuka's going to win over Rhea, but you're kind of mid-range, so you put 5 on that. But your top one is like, you're going to put 13 on that one. You're not so sure about this one, you put 2 or 1. I did all mine. And like I said, I got a bunch wrong, but okay. The Fiend is what cost me 13 points, and it was over at that point, so that did happen. But
that's the worst, too, because it was the first match, and you're like,
But what Matt did was, it's like, okay, so there's the Drew McIntyre match, and then the Roman match, and then, we might even had it, I think we had it in like night 1, night 2, because we knew what was what. So we had like the Roman match, the Asuka match, the tag match, the whatever. He went with his picks, and then went 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and just did them in order down. So the last match, he put a 1 on it, and he won with that. He just picked the random. Because thanks for coming, Matt. We love you here. Like, it's awesome. He actually asked, "Is the picks page up yet?" So like he's on board. He's having fun. He's loving it. He almost did a promo against me, but he didn't have time. So we'll see if we can get something for later.
Dope.
Yeah, well, we're working on that. But he won and he didn't even try. That hurts. That hurts a lot.
First Rab and now Matt. Man.
If I didn't lose that 13-pointer, I would have had a score of if I got that one right, I would have had 66, and I would have beat him by 3.
Oh wow!
Like that mathematically killed it. So I think I'm 4-3 now. That hurt. Yeah, but Matt and Rab, yeah. So Lee and I might have to do something about that. The outsiders were the ones who put them on the shelf. So
right.
I don't see that being the end of that. No way. No. I gotta take care of that. This was heartbreaking though. You said you were sad, or the shocker?
I was a little shocked. I was actually pretty shocked. I was like, well, because going in, I'm like, well, Matt usually just watches AEW, so I'm like, well, Scott should pull this out, and then and by the score too. Like it was, like you said, if you would have got that right, you would have had 66 and won by 3. Like that's still insane. Like those are some good scores.
That would have beat Payne and Ash. It would have beat Real Nintendo and Cam.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling ahead. It would have tied Red. It would have beat Rab and Detrick. It would have beat most everybody on the main card. One match cost me. Yeah, it happens. Best of us. But now I get to do the story of what next. So
yeah. So that's cool.
We'll see what happens there. It is over though, somewhat with eye for an eye. Kier 1 defeated Jason Blades.
The good guy won,
and he did the eye thing.
Did
so? Yeah, that happened. -13 again. Good score for a deathmatch. -25, also good. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah,
brutal stuff.
I really like that feud. Whatever those guys that used to be like in the Legends, like whenever they do stuff against each other, it's usually really good stuff.
There's history there, obviously. But it's always played into because they know each other. It's fittingly, it's like a Gargano thing, which is the character that Kier 1 uses. It's very very akin to that, where it's like, you're in for the long haul when this guy gets involved. You're in trouble. So that was a lot of fun, I thought. So yeah. The next up, this one, I'll be fully honest with this match that I wrote. I felt like I really hit my stride on this one. I'm like, yeah, I'm back to writing these things. Full Moon Massacre. Broken Nerd
so good.
Versus Lucian Hollis.
Oh, it was great.
Full disclosure, which apparently is my new catchphrase. I've said that 3 times tonight. I had the idea of it being a cabin in the woods, but they would not fight in it. They would go through it.
Right.
Not what you expect. And then, it's a small stone bridge, and it breaks, and they're breaking it, and play on the werewolf stuff and the Terminator stuff. And, it was like, I need to write more cinematic matches.
Nerds out. Oh wait, he's giving the thumbs up.
And because I reread the Soundstage in a Cage from before, and I had him doing Arnold one-liners too. So it's like, come on, do it now. Here, I'm here, kid, do it now. So it jumps down on him, one-winged angel, gets out of it, didn't kick out. The move is still saved, but Hollis is a monster. And then after Nerd won, drove off. Where'd Hollis go? We don't know. Hollis and Alara vanished.
Wow.
As one does in those type of things, like Fiend and Alexa. Who knows?
Right.
The poor ref almost got left behind, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, of course.
But you like that one? The King of the Cinematic Matches is back.
He is. Congrats. He's been killing it lately. So, gotta tip my cap.
He had a rough spot here and there, but again, win when it matters, get the momentum. He's good. So, I'm really happy with that one. Him winning that. But I would love Hollis getting that win. That would have been awesome and dominant and really established. Not that it didn't, because I still think like he made a name and made a presence there. But the win would have been like, oh god, he beat Nerd here.
Right.
But Nerd winning, that's also good. That's sometimes you got to have the I don't want to say expected outcome, but it's like this is the guy that should win this, and that's the reason. Again, not taking anything away from Hollis. That's not what I'm saying with this. But it's just like, okay, Randy Orton and The Fiend. Well, The Fiend should win that. Sometimes he doesn't.
Right.
Right?
I feel like Hollis has been pretty well protected too. You guys have done a pretty good job of doing that. So that's cool. Yeah. Because I really like his character and
we love
everything. So
I love his character so much. The getting to write him here with this has been great. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. Again, these guys are in those matches are all in the discussion for American title stuff, simply because that's the stipulation belt. So it's interesting to see, like, Jace and Hollis, well, they're a win or two away from being back in that discussion, but Kier 1 and Nerd, okay, what's up? What are we doing? We got to see what happens next. So very intrigued to see what happens there. Next up, we've got Red's Birthday Open Challenge. It was Red's birthday on Saturday. Mania was Sunday in our league, so it's the weekend. Only one day for the write-up. But Red had an open challenge, and Rab and Dedrick Cyrus both kind of answered it. And yes, that was a misdirect, them being on the pre-show. Because it was both that were involved for that. And Red just won it. 66, 63, 59. The sole Infinity win of the night. Thankfully. It's on the birthday, so that's okay. Cyrus, very, very close into that with 59, which, again, is better than some of the other scores on here. But Rab, 63. Goddamn, he's doing good for coming back out of nowhere. Crap.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Right? Yeah.
Kind of worrying, but it's good to see. I'm glad Red won, obviously. Like I said, I'm biased. But I love the story there of Rab coming back and Detrick being like, no way. But Rab also upset that he pulled out of the other, like the intertwining storyline of new guy wanting to make his name, but veteran coming back to make his name, and they're at odds with each other. But then Red's there as well. I just love all of that. So cool stuff with Detrick. I love seeing that. And then I got to beat Rab at some point. So thank you, Red, for doing that. I kind of feel a bit better after that. But what do you think on that one there?
It was a good write-up. I liked it. I'm actually glad that Red won. I'm glad when people have their open challenges and they win them. Like, I just think that's a little bit cooler for a story. I don't want somebody to come out there and just, lose. Like, it would just be weird.
It is usually dumb when someone's like, I'm going to fight you, then they lose. It's like, oh, so it is going to be like, all right, someone come beat me. Haha, I won. It works. So I do like that. So, next up is the submission match. I know you were looking forward to this one quite a bit. Rate Wrestle defeated RGX. And it did go down to the one-pointer, because if you lose your one-pointer in a submission match, you lose. And RGX picked Fiend. So, he tapped.
You know what? I can't blame him for picking the Fiend, but...
Yep, I did. I put 13 on Fiend. Or 14. I think I top-locked it myself.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If he hadn't done that, he would have had the highest score out of everybody.
Really?
Which is the most heartbreaking thing. If it was a normal match and it kept going through, he would have outscored everyone. Which is
that is heartbreaking.
That's why it's so much more heartbreaking that he lost in that way. Which is why we kind of had the injury thing as well, where it's like he wrenched his shoulder. That I hate that, but I told him, I was like, dude, it's heartbreaking, but sometimes that's better for character. You know me on that kind of stuff, so. You can bounce back from that. So.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that one. But that was a brutal one because Rate Wrestle, I've done a lot of submission stuff for him, and RGX will just beat the crap out of you. They actually RGX came and said, do it similar to Angle and Joe back from TNA, where it's kind of MMA for a while, and it goes into pro wrestling. And I told him already in the plan, because it legitimately was part of my plan. There's going to be some grappling only until a strike landed, and then all hell breaks loose. So the problem was with the tap, I could do kind of structure it there. He tapped out early, so I kind of wanted to have it where Rate Wrestle caught him. It's like he's going strong, he's going good, and then snags him. So I try to even have the write-ups parallel the scores, if you know what I mean. So it wasn't like a long drag out and it went all the way to the end of the points. No, it's a submission, so it's like he caught him, and if anybody could, it's Rate Wrestle. So good thing on that. And that is a stipulation. So that does kind of go towards the American a bit, but if any would be toward Canadian, it would be submission. That's the one kind of thing that I've always thought. But I'm not speaking on behalf of everybody. This is my thoughts on it. So
kind of like a pure rules type thing.
Exactly. We did when it was too late have an idea of realizing that we could have had Canadian title matches be pure rules by having no bonuses count in Canadian title matches. Wow. Right? It's like, that's of course. But it was kind of too late for the first match, so we're like,
We can always change it. You can always change it in the future if you want.
We might.
I don't know.
I like
That's
that
good.
a lot.
That's good stuff.
It's pure,
yeah, wow,
right?
Yeah,
it's like
that is pure. Yeah,
of course.
There ain't no. You get it wrong. You're done.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna win because the bonuses. It's wow. I like that a lot.
I think it was Red who said that. It was like, oh, it's so brilliant. I fell in love with it. It's like that's because it does such a level of purity to it. Into what the scores are. There's no bonuses. It's just the scores. So yeah, well, I don't know if we're gonna do that, but I mean, let us know. Let us know. Tell us in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts on that one is, or come to us in the Discord. Let us know. Again, I might be just breaking stuff that we didn't want to talk about. Oops. But I just love that idea. It's a cool idea. If we hadn't heard it that late, we would have been like, "This is the rules for Canadian title." That would have been probably it. So we'll see where we go in the future. Hey, speaking of the CT slide, it stopped. Yeah, we weren't speaking of the CT slide. I just wanted to tangent it there. Yeah. You said it. CT, Jonathan CT Martin beat Junction 63-50.
He did.
Finally got his win. God. And you gotta love when the heel who talks all that crap wins. It's like, oh no, it'll be insufferable now.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is so good. I'm very happy about that. I'm thrilled about that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
What do you think on that one with CT winning, ending the slide?
I liked it. He got a mania moment, so I gotta like it.
Yeah. Speaking of mania moments, this is a good segue there. Thanks for that. The reaction. Mm-hmm. Luke Gray and Tino defeated Death Money Inc. Is it Inc. or Incorporated? I'll tangent there in a second, but it's the Arbiter and Kano Mac. And the reason I say that is there was always Money Inc. back in the day, right? Like with Ted DiBiase and IRS.
Yeah.
Well, but I remember, like, some would say it's Money Incorporated or Beer Money Incorporated. So it's like, is it supposed to be Money Inc. or is it Money Incorporated? I don't know. I always said Inc. I know it's not the word Inc. It's the short form for Incorporated. It's Money Inc. It's I even work in a business aspect of it, and we say Inc. for Incorporated a fair bit when it comes up. So I'm curious what these guys intend by that with Death Money Inc. That rolls nice too, but they lost.
It does.
However, doings were afoot. Beer me. Stuff happened, and Luke Gray needs to stop trusting people.
Yeah, he needs to stop trusting Tino.
He needs to stop trusting Tino. You're right. It's anybody else you can trust. You're good, but this. Yeah, Death Money Inc. has a new member. It is Tino. Because of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
And
a mystery person.
And a mystery person. At least he won, right? But
yeah, I mean, technically he won twice. So I mean, well, we'll get to that.
It's good night for Luke. Yeah, which I kind of love. After what happened, for this to happen as well, and then that happens. That's Death Money Inc. I gotta wonder if that how planned in advance that was, storyline wise. Is it because he won? Is it like how detailed is that? So I look forward to the promos. They've got masks. We're gonna get video promos. We'll see what happens. So, but hey, reaction, you won. Except you're not a thing anymore. Now, in the write up, there was something mentioned after this point. I'll say it, where coming soon is the Tag Team Championship. We actually did not show the picture of the belts. We have them. There's a word we're kind of holding back on that to get kind of thematicized it. That's not a word either. But the Tag Team Championship is coming. So Death Money Inc. They got 3 people. They can be involved. I know Beer Me, you're part of a team. So am I. The trio. You got alternating members. Tag team titles are coming. Are you interested in that? Beyond like me, like we both won all the belts. I know that. But are you interested in like the tag division right now, in being part of it, or seeing what happens with it in any way?
I like tag team wrestling, so I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, I'm not opposed to being in the tag division. I mean, I could team with either one of my stablemates and maybe do some damage there. But yeah, I'm stoked. I know the Creatures are wanting the tag titles, so we'll see what happens there. You know.
There is a bit of stuff with that where it's just a matter of we want to see the team succeed. It's a case of we want to make sure the division deserves a title. It's a weird thing to say that because it's just too early. Really, it's like, oh, this team's 2-0. That's not champions yet. With all the stuff that you have to go through to earn the other 2 titles or to earn into the world title, just being the best by virtue of having won twice or like 2 out of 3 against teams that like your number 2 contender is 1 out of 3. We want to make sure there's a bit stronger of a division, and we're getting there. By all means, with stuff like this, it is getting there. It's a shame that Reaction split because probably would have been in line for something involved with that, right? But it is coming. That's why we're like, it's coming soon, because by the time we get there, like, we're going to have Backlash, which will be a main show. But that's part of why I say stuff like Rebellion. It counts a little bit because we can see what kind of teams work. It might not get you like the actual ranking or standings, but at least we know, hey, we got another team. We got a team. We got stuff like that, right? So that's where we're going to be able to build something and go, all right, who do we got? What's going? What's working? So that's where that's coming in, and I'm excited for that. I'm really pumped. And I don't know. I mean, bear me. We're both tag champs opposing each other, so who knows? Who knows what comes down the pipe for that?
Yeah. You never know.
Could be fun. Rounding out the opening of the main card, we've got LJ defeating Mad Elite Titan. 64 points is one of the higher ones here as well. Lexi Briggs and Spinks defeating CM Carlito and Wookie, which that goes back to stuff like Pain winning and Nintendo. I love that team beating the veteran team of Carlito and Wookie, and I think we said that going in. That'd be awesome if they win, and they did. It's great. And then, yes, number 2, Sebastian Escobar defeated Smooth Rock.
Yeah.
He got it. He won. So
got it, yeah.
Now, these opening matches, anything standing out to you there? I know we don't want to dwell on everything, and I forgive everybody. We're not rushing through just to be like, oh, and this happened. We try to cover everything, but, I mean, the opening card, some stuff.
Sebastian Escobar winning and maybe staking a claim down the line to maybe getting another crack at the chance for a title.
Yep.
I like that. I like Lexi and Spinks winning, the new kind of like team. I don't know if they're officially a team or if they're just a one-time thing. I don't know, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you say was in there?
LJ and Mad Elite Titan.
Oh, of course, LJ. Yep. Creatures.
Yeah.
Can't say. What more do I have to say about that? You know.
I do like Escobar. Like, if anybody's got another shot to maybe get into the world title, it's him because he's been so close so many times. So, now he didn't do it in the Battle Royal because that was won by co-winners, Lexi Briggs and Luke Gray. Yes, 30 superstars, which was a kind of a back and forth determining of who's even in it, and the winner advances. Now, Lexi and Luke both had 75 points based on this. So what we did was say, okay, they both make it. Because we could have done a match where the winner of that match advances, but we said the winner of the Battle Royal, and they co-won. Like, it's a Battle Royal. It's a bit different than things like the ladder match or the elimination where the match ends and nobody won definitively. This, well, there's 2 winners. Okay.
Right.
They both move on to the next step. What is the next step? It's not SummerSlam, but it's on the path to that. So they've got to face somebody else, which will include each other, obviously, that will be determined at an upcoming point towards the world title. So Luke Ray has this, wins his WrestleMania match, 2-0 at WrestleMania. His partner turns on him. The Death Money Inc. stuff is even worse now. But in the back of his mind, he is on the path to the world title. And there's only 2 other people on that path right now. Payne and Lexi Briggs, who got there with him. And Lexi, we know Spring Tiger's from before, but the character Lexi, brand new. This is awesome. Yeah. This is such a cool thing for that. So I'm thrilled by this co-winner thing. And that Battle Royal was hell of a fun thing to write.
It was.
Because like the number of War Games competitors in that, I realized, like, oh god. It was just a lot of fun to do that and go nuts with it. What do you think about these 2 on the road to the world title?
I'm happy for both of them. We'll see what happens. I mean, Payne's been winning the big ones, but apparently they won the ones that matter too. So, we'll see.
Both of them are actually. I mean, it's. I guess I don't know if they are 2-0 at WrestleMania because they got a no contest. So maybe it's 1-0 and 1. That's something for CT to I did it again. For Jimmy C to figure out. Man, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, I do it on the podcast all the time. I get Jimmy C and CT mixed up. But I've only done that for the past 2 months. I've known them for years. I don't know why I do that, but too many initial letters. They gotta have names like yours, BeerMe. A normal name, like BeerMeJesus.
Right.
You know, that's...
Yeah.
Or, you know,
Yep.
Red. It's like... but yeah, for the stats, I don't know what we officially count that. They won, so I guess they get the stat, but...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got achievements. I'm scrolling. Achievements. Well, no, Lexi won the tag match. There it is. Win a battle royal. Officially, they got a winning point. So there you go. Now we've got the opening, the kickoff show. CJ Hawk defeated Kurt Cult. Killmonger defeated Buck. Chef Urban defeated the Alpha Dog. Skylar Cross beat Glorious Viper. Wesley Shadow beat Monkey Bong and Blue Monkey G, so a few monkeys. And Ace High defeated Bane the Bissa. I think Bane had 19 points, making it the lowest. That happens. It happens.
Yep.
And Monkey Bong, that was, that was the thing that happened.
Yeah.
Monkey Bong told us he'd probably stick around till Mania, and that's it. Always welcome back, if the Rocket finds his way. But well, who knows what happens with Monkey Bong at this point? But yeah, we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, lots of achievements for everybody. Your 5 appearances, your battle royal, stuff like that, and of course the write up. So please, everybody, come over to our Discord, click the link, come in here, and take a look at this insanity that we just talked about with the WrestleMania write up. As I scroll through here, BeerMe, I'll just say right now, Full Moon Mayhem was my favorite, or Massacre. I keep saying Mayhem. It is Massacre, right?
Yeah. Mine too.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm biased on that. If I take that out, War Games, I loved it. But I love the American title. We didn't talk much on that. I love the back and forth good with the ladder as well. Very, very cool. And this is the whole thing. Really, again, proud of everybody involved in what happened here and everybody that did. If you won, awesome. You won a Mania. It's not easy. I say this as someone who won 3 of the Manias, but then literally lost without the person against me even trying. So that's how easy it is to lose at Mania. So for you guys won, awesome, good job, and we'll see you on the next one, which is already coming. It's Rebellion. It's this weekend. It is Sunday. It's an Impact show on Sunday, yes. April 25th. It will be with a time that's not on the graphic. I believe it is at 8 p.m. with their buy-in pre-show. Excuse me. Usually it's 7. I'm coughing here, excuse me. Which means our deadline's 6. But don't go by whatever Impact says. So if Impact is doing a pre-show or not, it's an hour before that pre-show starts. So just keep that in mind. Which means basically after Thursday night when they have the card finalized, pretty much, you can put your picks in then. Don't wait till Sunday afternoon like BeerMe does and put them in at like 5:58 p.m. Do it at like 2, maybe even 3, or, Saturday. There's options. But we've got matches, BeerMe, because it's this weekend. This show was going to be this one, and we were going to talk about Mania last week, but we're doing it all in one, so here we go. Impact Rebellion. I mean, Kenny Omega's logo is in the thing. Like, is he really... We'll talk about that on Top of the Card next time. If we do one this week, Top of the Card podcast, by the way, Top of the Card pod. If we do one this week, we'll talk about that surely with the stakes of that match. But also, if we talk about it afterwards, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Kenny Omega, 3-belt world champion, because he's got the AAA, the AEW,
they said in
the Impact,
they said
and the
press,
TNA. 4.
They said in the press conference there will be a definitive winner, for sure. There has to be a definitive winner. So I don't know if that's true, because they could just say that and then just do some wonk finish. But... They
could say that and have a DQ, and Kenny Omega definitely won, but he never got the belt.
Right, yeah. I mean...
This is the stuff you got to keep in mind, people, when you put your predictions for Impact. So,
what if Moose gets added and he just wins both titles?
If it happens after our deadline, then it goes away. And keep that in mind, too. But that's why Impact, guys, it's not going to hurt you if you show up and just try anyway. You never know. You have some fun. You watch it. You come in Discord. Listen to us lose our minds. I know BeerMe and I will hopefully be there. You're going to be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what matches do we have? Well, I'm going to go first because I've got the kickoff show matches. BeerMe's got the main card stuff this time. So we're going to have RGX versus Jace of Blades. The reasoning behind this, it's RGX who's all banged up. Yeah, exactly. He's all banged up, and Jason Blades has one eye. It's kind of an even playing field coming out of Mania only a week or so later, so that's where it is. And I'll even say RGX was like, I don't know if I'd be cleared for Impact. I don't know what I do for them. I'm like, don't worry, we got an idea. So that's our way to kind of get around it, because they'll still be banged up on this show. And it is the two losers of two of the hardcore matches, so to kind of get them back in the swing of things. The other one is Lexi, Briggs, and Spinks. So the team is continuing, Bear Me. So again, our tag title talk, that's a good discussion there. They're facing Death Money Inc., The Arbiter, and Kano Mac.
Dang.
So Death Money's making a name, making a statement. Here comes Lexi and Spinks, which, let's be honest, a lot more fun-loving than these guys. So I don't know what to make of that. It sounds like a Hardys versus APA situation, doesn't it? And I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I like that match a lot. We did have a third match, but the person's not going to be there. I'll say that much. He might be a rider at midnight who's not going to be at Impact. So we'll see. In a match, at least. Well, who knows what happens?
Right.
But we had a match in mind. That's not happening, but that's what I had. What have you got, though? You've got the main card, though, right?
Yep. All right. Where do I want to start? Okay, yeah. I know where I'll start. Okay. We got Redhead 12 versus the MVP of the pre-show, as he always says he likes to be on the pre-show, CJ Hawk. He's found his way to the main card.
Oh, good. No, I'm happy for that. Hawk is on. I know he's been talking about that, wanting there. That's a Nintendo moment about, like, give me a shot. Okay, you're going to take on Red a week after Mania. Here you go. Good job.
Right. We got Josh Dionio, who was just in a death match. He's going to face Killmonger 8.
Killmonger, I think, just lost.
Or Killmonger, yeah. Not
it's 8. No, it's 8.
Is it 8? All right.
Yeah, I just don't say it much when I say it. Where is it here? Killmonger 8. He did beat Buck. Oh, there's your connection. Oh, okay, that's a good one. I like that a lot. I say that like I don't remember these things, but I sometimes don't remember these things. So
right. Well, we got something for you, Scott. We got you versus the guy who does not suck, James Costner.
Yeah, I know about this one. This one I saw coming a mile away. This we've got history, so I'm looking forward to this quite a bit with Vitamin.
It'll be good.
But we both lost, so that's a rebound match if there ever was one on Impact. So it's not me and you, Beer Me, but we got to get there. We got to earn our way back to that.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's true. Speaking of good, we got the must-see good guys.
Let's take away that one. Nice.
Yeah, me and GMSG. We'll be taking on Carlito and Wookie.
Oh, sorry, it's two losing teams again.
Oh,
it is.
I know, right?
But sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to do that because you got to see who bounces back, who goes in there. And these, again, we're talking tag titles. This isn't really for standings, but let's see what teams we got. Let's see what happens. So
it's true.
Can Carlito and Wookie beat the must-see good guys? I think so. But like now's the time. It's one of those moments. Like you guys have had a run of rough luck here and there. Now's the time to capitalize and get that win over you. And yeah, like I said, does it really matter? No, it doesn't matter. But we remember these things. It's like, okay, yeah, maybe you rematch on a main show later on, see if they can do it again. That's where that kind of comes in. So, of course, I always bet on you guys. I don't bet against you or you, so I'm still betting for you. But Carlito and Wookie, I can see it.
It's true.
What else you got?
I'm just looking at these matches and how good they are. All right, we got Broken Nerd, the Terminator,
yep.
versus LJ.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a really good one, right?
Ooh. Yeah, it's kind of out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's good. That's a good match. Yeah. Again, winners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
I don't even know who I'd pick in that because I don't want to bet against the creatures, but Nerd's been on a roll.
I'm biased with Nerd. I'll say that as the guy who writes all his matches for the cinematic stuff. But LJ, dude, this is it. Can you derail Nerd on this momentum?
Right.
Again, if anybody can, it's him. So this is a good match. These are really good. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's another good one. We got Ash, who's just in the main event, versus Rate Wrestle.
Oh. Okay. So that's Rate Wrestle looking to keep momentum going, and Ash looking to bounce back against a dangerous opponent.
Mm-hmm.
That's real dangerous for Ash, because you lose this one. Woo. Again, that's not a knock on Rate Wrestle, but you're just in the main event. You're bouncing back. Can you get it back, or is you going to drop 2 in a row? Again,
right.
the standings don't count like that way, but this is just the kayfabe thought process. Ooh, that's so good. And Rate Wrestle, man, if he can knock him off here, wow, that's awesome. That's such a good match.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Who you got?
This next one, who do I got?
You didn't pick. You skipped it. I saw you pick. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Rate Wrestle. I like the style his character's going with. So I'm gonna hopefully he'll continue on the winning way. So.
I'm thinking the same thing. It's the same as Carlito and Wookie. It's the same here. Like Rate Wrestle can pull this one out, and now's the time. So yeah, I like it.
Oh man, this next one's pretty interesting. We got the man in the trenches. We got JJ Rocky.
JJ Rocky
against Alpha Dog.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't mean that as a negative, Alpha Dog, but you're in trouble.
Oh, man, yeah.
You want to talk momentum? JJ's finding himself. He got a little rocky there. Oh god, I didn't even mean that pun.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got back in the swing of things. So this is, I like it. I like that a lot. But that's the matchup. Sometimes you got to see what happens here. It's a house show. Who can win? Maybe Alpha Dog can pull it out. Maybe JJ Rocky sucks at Impact. I'm kidding.
Right?
He's not bad at anything we found. So he's never really had a bad night. He's lost, but he's never had a rough night. So
I'm gonna pick JJ, but I wouldn't sleep on Alpha Dog. He might pull something out. You never know. You never know.
Yeah, I agree. Probably JJ. I mean, he's our guy. He's the man in the trenches. Friend of the show by virtue of him loving the name. So, yeah. Oh, I gotta face him someday. I gotta face him some point.
You do. You have to.
Yeah.
Well, we were hoping for that again, that Ultraviolet tournament, but
dude, it was gonna we were so close with the Survivor Series too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was. Yep. Oh, it's there. Oh, we'll get there. Anyway, we were in the Battle Royal too, and I didn't even have it there because it was like too chaotic. So. But
just keep it until it happens. I guess
I was very selective with who interacted with who and teased at stuff. Like Escobar took my leg out because I had him cheap shotting everybody else. So as vengeance for me writing people getting eliminated quickly, he took out me. So I made it's even, it's fair. Everybody, I try to keep it fair for that. So, but what else we got? We're working toward the main event here, right?
Yeah, I got 3 matches left, but this one's a really good one. We got Luke Gray, who just won a Battle Royal,
2-0.
And 2-0 at Mania against, speaking of twos, not that I'm calling you two. I wouldn't do that because I like you, Sebastian Escobar.
But it's Escobar, yeah.
But yeah, it's against Sebastian Escobar.
Speaking of who eliminated who, do you remember who took out Escobar from the Battle Royal?
Wasn't it Luke?
It was Luke.
Yeah.
And I'll say fully there with writing it, the reason for that was I had Escobar kind of on a bit of a run like he does, working his way towards, winning or getting real close. And then Luke kind of been like sneaky, and I didn't honestly write him in much of it because I figured he'd make his play at the end. He came in and sniped him and took him out. So here's the match. I didn't plan it for a match follow-up, but this is what Impact's for, right? So this is where we can have some fun on house shows. And character-wise, man, these guys are both coming off wins. That's real good. That's suddenly a story. And look at that. Luke's on his way toward the world title, potentially, and Escobar has had it denied a couple times already. Like, oh, how good is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Who are you going to pick?
Escobar.
Yeah,
because Luke.
I think
sorry, Luke, but you don't need to win this one.
Yeah,
that's
true.
why.
You don't.
Nope, you gotta win. You don't need to win this one. It's gonna keep Escobar after you if you do. If Luke wins the world title, Escobar's like gonna be gunning for him from the crowd. Like it's gonna be that kind of thing. Escobar, no matter who it is, he's gunning for it. So I like him being involved in that stuff. But yeah, I'm picking Escobar for that one. So, what else we got?
I like this next one. I mean, I'm really intrigued actually by this next one. We got Jonathan CT Slide Martin.
He didn't slide.
He isn't on the slide no more.
He's on the stairs up. He's on the stairs up. Yeah. Chairlift, Martin.
Against Smooth Rock
in
an Iron Man match.
Right. There was some doings afoot in the character chat, and we have an Iron Man match now. So CT went an hour in the Rumble. I'm picking him. He can last. I'm picking him for that. He is not going to let this momentum slide. Again, no pun meant there. He's not going to let it slip away. Not against Smooth Rock, not this time. I love Smooth Rock too, don't get me wrong. But
I know.
CT's got an hour in the Rumble. I'm picking him.
Yeah, Smooth Rock's had a little bumpy ride of late. He wins, then he just had the one loss. But you know what? Just to be different, I'm gonna pick Smooth Rock. I don't know why, but maybe it's just because I have no faith in CT keeping the momentum going. Maybe I don't know.
It's the X Factor. It's Impact. This could be where he pulls it out, right? So yeah.
Yeah, you just never know. You never know.
Yep.
And for our main event, which is a really good one, we got Alexander McKennedy versus Kier 1.
Oh, I like
in
that.
A non-title.
Non-title, I figured, yep. That's really good because that's Kier 1 coming off that deathmatch win.
Yeah.
Going up against the champ. It's like,
Champ in a non-title, yeah.
So it's a normal match, but, I mean, that just means they'll eventually... Like, if he wins that, you got to think a stipulation match is in their future, right? So...
Yeah.
For the title, he needs a contender, so that could be a quick shortcut to get there real quick. If he loses, man, that's rough on Kier 1. Like, it doesn't knock him out of contention entirely, like I said, but we're probably looking at some other names first. Maybe put 2 and 2 together and Kier 1 faces somebody else. I don't know. I'm making it up right now on the spot, but I like that match a lot. I'm picking McKennedy.
Yeah.
It's not against Lee anymore. I'm picking McKennedy.
No, he's been on a roll, so I'm gonna pick him as well. I mean, it wouldn't shock me if Kier won. It would be a great storyline because he just went through and got his revenge, and now he could keep going on that upward trajectory. But
yep.
I'm gonna pick McKennedy as well.
That's a good card. I like that.
This is a really good card.
I like that a lot.
It's really stacked, yeah.
Now, again, it's a house show. So, I mean, we're crazy people with the write-up. We do write a lot, but it will be a little more scaled back per usual as you see these ones because it's a house show. It doesn't count as much, but we do go nuts on story here, so that's where it's going to be a lot of fun for that. But again, if you don't participate, okay. We'd love you to be on everything, though. If you're booked on the card, please show up. We haven't had a problem with that before, so it's good. It's good. But if you want to be a part of this, again, on the Discord, go to make a character, pick a profile, all that stuff. As long as you put your picks in before the deadline on Sunday, you're on the card somehow on the kickoff. But look at it this way. People did that and are now champions. Or on the way to that. So, by all means, come along, put your picks in, have fun with it, and yeah, maybe you'll face BeerMe and I or whatever and, beat us and go towards titles. I hate saying that. I want titles. BeerMe, you want titles too, right? We need titles.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, but I think we're good there, BeerMe. What do you think? Anything else regarding that? You know what? Let's close on the one thing. What's your standout match of Rebellion? For me, I really love the dynamic of Luke versus Escobar. Like I said,
damn it! I was going to say that.
Is it? Well, it's fine. We can say the same thing. The dynamic of that is just so accidentally perfect. In that we just did I did one thing. I had him eliminate him, and now they're on this where he's the guy who cost him his shot, and it's just snowballed in such great ways. And I'll be honest, I didn't book this match. The guys did, and I love everything about it. So. That's my pick. If you're the same pick, that's fine. But
I'll pick another one. I like Nerd and LJ a lot.
Yeah,
those are two guys that have just been rolling, and that'll be a really good one.
I think so too. I think the whole thing's gonna be fun.
That Iron Man match will be really good too. Even and the non-title, like the main event's gonna. Yeah, it's all good. Like there isn't a bad. This is a really stacked house show card. I like it.
And I'll be honest, we did have a few matches where we're like, that's too big to do right now. So we pulled some stuff off and made these ones instead. So the next Backlash is going to be good, I'm hoping, is what I'm basically saying. We're looking at some fun stuff there. So by all means, if you have ideas for your character going into Rebellion or beyond that one, let us know because we are looking towards SummerSlam. Obviously, there's some stuff in place already. We've had a lot of it. But hey, we got some crazy character stuff and some definitive wins at Mania. So where's next to go? I say that as if there hasn't been a dozen character chat things already with where characters are going, but let us know too. Make sure that we get the right direction for it. Like I said, we don't want to do stuff you don't want, so let us know. We'll try to make it the best we can. And yeah, I think we'll leave it at that, Beer Me. We just need to win, is what we need to do. That's the key thing,
really do,
for us. So, but I will end it there unless you've got anything else you want to add in.
No, I'm good. Hopefully I'll see everybody this weekend.
Absolutely. We will be there in the Discord chat. We have a voiceover chat we can come listen to the live event. You can hear us there as we watch Rebellion. It's a proper pay-per-view, not Impact Plus. But we will be there. You can follow us on our wrestling podcast, Top of the Card Pod, and here on Frontline League. That's on the Twitter. You can follow this YouTube channel, like, favorite, subscribe, all this fun stuff. Comment down below about stuff like the tag titles and the other stuff we mentioned and things like that. And heck, who do you think is going to be the one who wins that main event? Is Kier going to get that win, or is Kennedy going to take him out? Put your comments down below. Let's get some more interaction, that kind of stuff. Let us know what you think on that. And I think I'll leave it there. So thanks again, everybody. Have a good night, and good luck at Rebellion.